Good morning. Welcome. And this video will be 20 minutes of yoga, all about starting your week in the best way. So today it's going to be a bit more energized than last week. Moving into some backbends, some more dynamic movement. So we'll start in a moment, but for anyone watching later, just find yourself in a comfortable seated position. So maybe cross-legged. You might want a cushion or block if you have one nearby. You may want it later. And then we'll start in a moment. So find yourself in a comfortable seated position. And maybe closing down the eyes. Turning the gaze inwards. And using this opportunity to take a moment to observe how your body feels today. Any tightness, any looseness, any sensations that you can feel right now. And bring your attention to the mind. So, what is the landscape of the mind today? Do you feel preoccupied? Thinking about the week to come? Maybe you feel quite relaxed? Whatever it is, just observing, but not trying to label good or bad. Take one big inhale, filling up the lungs, expanding the chest. Pause at the top, and then release everything. And again, inhale. And exhale. So on your next inhale, thinking about receiving. So on the inhale, receiving anything we think we may need for the week. And then exhale to give out what we don't need. Inhale to receive. And exhale to give. Okay, so starting to introduce some movement, taking any movements with the neck, with the shoulders, anything that your body needs today. So maybe it's a bit more dynamic, like a circular motion, or maybe you want to hold a position for a few moments in stillness. Feeling into any tension. Good, so coming to where we are, in our cross-legged position, and coming into a lateral stretch. So a side stretch of the body. First of all, reaching up, gazing up towards the fingertips and beyond into the sky. And then exhale, right hand comes down towards the right side of the hips, and maybe we're up on the hand, or maybe even down on the elbow. So inhale, left arm reaches up and over, points over to the right corner. Rooting down through the left sit bone into the mat. Keeping a nice bit of spaciousness between the neck, the head, the shoulder and the arm. Turn the head to face the mat towards that right hand. And then inhale, turn the head to face towards the ceiling. Inhale, coming back up, reaching up. And then exhale, other side, so left hand either up on the hand or down onto the elbow. Reaching the right fingertips towards the left corner. Inhale to lengthen through the right fingertips as you push down through the right sitting bones. Turning the head to face the left arm. And then inhale, turning to face the ceiling. One breath here. Inhale, reaching up, all the way up. And then coming into a twist. So right hand comes round the back. Left hand crosses the body onto the right knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Then exhale, twist just the chest first. And then the head follows, gazing over the right shoulder. Nice and long in the spine. And inhale, coming back up, reaching up. And other side, so right hand, left knee. Left hand round the back in the centre of the hips. Inhale, lengthen the spine, creating space between the vertebrae. Exhale, twist just the chest, and then the head follows. One breath here. Inhale, reaching up. Then exhale, hand goes round the back and interlace the fingers. And then from that position, just going to shift my position as well. Drawing the hands away from the lower back, feeling that opening of the chest, that compression in the upper back. Lifting the gaze, and maybe staying here, or option to fold over the legs, drawing the hands up towards the sky. Maybe even your forehead comes towards the mat. No worries if your sit bones slightly lift off the mat. Inhale, release, come back up. Switch over the legs, so your opposite leg is in front. And reach up. And exhale again, interlacing the fingers behind the back, drawing the hands away from the body. And then option to stay here, opening the chest and lifting the gaze. Also fold over the legs, bringing the hands up towards the sky. Maybe forehead reaches the mat. Nice, inhale up, release the hands, reaching up. Really trying to lengthen everything after that compression. And then hands come to rest on the knees. Rolling over the legs, come into a tabletop position. And coming into a few cat-cows. Waking up the spine, so inhale, pushing the belly to the mat, lifting the gaze. And then exhale, round the back, chin to chest. Pushing through the palms to protract the shoulder blades away from each other. And going with whatever rhythm is good for you, pairing it with the breath. And any other movements that might feel good, so maybe like a circular motion. Any little movements that the body wants to do this morning. Good, come into stillness. Inhale, right hand reaches up towards the sky. Follow your fingers with the gaze. And then exhale, threading that right arm through the left, bringing the right shoulder down onto the mat. So option to stay here, extending the left arm out, or come into a balancing position. So from this position, right arm comes up, so we're up on the elbow. And then come into prayer hands, so palm to palm, pushing through that right elbow, and then maybe the left leg, you can find that balance and kick it back. Really pushing into the right elbow to have that balance and that opening of the chest, and maybe gazing over the left shoulder. Okay, if you've got the leg up, bring the leg down, releasing the position back into our thread needle. And then option to release the right arm, and then come into a half camel, so circling the arms back. Right arm either comes to the lower back, or maybe we tuck the toes and grip the right heel. Reaching up and over into our half camel. Exhale, circling back, right arm threads through the left, right arm, right shoulder on the mat. Good, so release. Right arm reaches towards the sky. And then come to sit on the toes, bringing the bum down for a moment in this sole of the foot stretch. One big inhale and an exhale. Bringing the hands back down to our tabletop position, and then opposite side, so left arm reaches towards the sky, following the gaze with the fingers, and then exhale, left arm threads through the right, shoulder comes to the mat. And then option to come to that balancing, so coming up on the left elbow, palm to palm, right arm kicks back as we push into the left elbow. Using that elbow to open up the chest to the side, maybe gazing over the right shoulder. Slowly coming back. And then coming to our half camel, so transitioning out. Left arm reaches up, back, and then take your option that you did on the other side. Exhale, coming back, threading the arm, shoulder to mat. Good, coming back up. Inhale, left arm reaches towards the sky. And then exhale, both hands to the mat. So shuffling the knees back, an inch or two. Tucking the toes if they're not already. And then inhale to come to downward dog, lift the knees, the hips, sending them high. Any little movements that might feel good, so pedaling the feet. Swaying from side to side. A rolling of the spine. Just feeling into the position, noticing the sensations in your body. Good. Inhale, come forward into a high plank, pushing through the hands. And then option to come to a chaturanga, or lowering down the knees, lowering down the chest all the way to the mat, letting the hips come down. Coming into a baby cobra, so inhale to switch on the glutes, switch on the muscles in the back. Lifting the chest, lifting the gaze. Very little weight, very little effort into the hands, they're just slightly propping us up. Exhale, lowering all the way down. Then inhale one more time, switching on the glutes, coming into our baby cobra. Shoulders go back. Exhale, lowering all the way down. And then pushing back up, maybe coming up on the knees, tucking the toes, and making your way down or up to our downward dog. Start to walk the feet towards the top of the mat, maybe lifting the toes, feeling into that stretch at the back of the legs. Inhale, half lift, hands to shins, look up, flat back. And exhale, fold, let it all flop forwards, maybe gripping opposite elbows and letting everything relax, no tension in the neck or the head. Maybe swaying from side to side, nodding the head yes, no. Just really trying to relax into this forward fold. Okay, releasing the elbows if you've got it. And then really slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, we're going to roll up to standing, head comes last. When we're there, inhale, reaching all the way up to the sky. And then exhale, hands draw down the centre line of the body. Again, inhale, circling the arms round, thinking about all the things we need to give us energy, give us intention for the week. And then when the palms meet, drawing it down the centre line of the body. Inhale, rounding the arms all the way to the sky. And exhale, drawing it back towards the heart centre. Once more, inhale, round, and then exhale, forward fold. Half lift, look up. Exhale, bend at the knees, bringing the hands down to the mat. Stepping back, downward dog. Inhale, coming over the toes, knees come down to the mat. And so we did that half camel variation before. Option is to do that again on both sides, or a full camel. So tucking toes, either variation that we're doing. And then go into your half camel, so right hand on the right heel and then lifting the arm up and over, or full camel, so coming up on the knees. Option either to support your lower back and then just easing the hips forward, opening the chest, and then maybe both hands can grip both heels, letting the head fall back if that's comfortable. If you're in your half camel, doing it on the other side. Come into a space where you can breathe and feel some sort of ease whilst getting a stretch. Okay, wherever you are, hands support the lower back as we come back up, and then sitting back on the heels just for a moment to reintegrate the spine. Big inhale and exhale, release. Okay, hands come down to the mat, step it back, high plank. Option to go chaturanga or lowering the knees, lowering the chest. Inhale, pushing through the hands, lifting the chest into a cobra. Exhale, lowering down, tucking the toes, downward dog. And then inhale, feel that energy that we've just created. And exhale to release anything we don't need. Inhale, jump forward so your hands are either side, your feet are either side of the hands, and come into our Malasana. So feet are at a 45-degree angle. This is maybe where you want your pillow underneath the bum. Hands come to meet at the heart centre, each elbow just pushing against the legs. Coming into Malasana. A moment of stillness here. Inhale to receive. And exhale to give. Okay, so releasing that position and just coming to sit onto the bum Coming back into whatever seated position works for you. Closing the eyes, hands come to rest onto the legs wherever they fall. And thinking about what intention do you want to bring into this week? Thinking about that intention and taking a big inhale to breathe it in and exhale to send it out into the world. Once more, inhale, breathing that intention in and exhale to send it out into the world. Okay? And we'll draw the practice to a close, so thank you for joining. Have a lovely week. There'll probably only be a few more weeks of these until classes start in real life. So yeah, make the most of it. And thank you. Goodbye.